So, despite me being a loud asshole at times,
At times.
only at times,
Mm-hmm.
I have never been fired from a job.
That's incredible.
I have quit dramatically, though.
Oh.
And I didn't quit my first job dramatically the first time I worked there, but I did the second time I worked there. So, when I was young enough to get working papers, I went and they got my working papers at 14. I went to a local pizza shop and I worked there.
Mm-hmm. Child labor is bad.
Years later, I run into the owner, and he's at my other job. I think I was complaining about how I wasn't working enough hours because I was part time. And he was like, "Oh, if you want to pick up some nights delivering pizzas, then you can come do that.
Fill up those hours."
Yeah, you can now drive, so we need a driver. You can do that." So I ended up working for that pizza place most nights, and this was right between the beginning of college. I was going to community college.
Okay.
So
you're also in school.
So I'm also in school. I'm in school, and then at night I either go work at the deli, which is my first job, or I deliver pizzas at my second job. And eventually, it's too much, and the deli is really just, not doing it, so I'm delivering pizzas pretty much most nights. So I remember, I died on a hill.
You chose a hill.
I chose a hill, and I died on it. If I'm morally into something, I am. And this is at this point, I hadn't quite learned the lesson of capitalism yet. I was very much helping out the pizza place, and they paid me, and it was a mutually good transaction, and I would do things I didn't want because it helped them, and then they would be looking out for my best interests. Ha ha ha. With foreshadowing.
Right.
So at the time, I was driving a very clunker of a car. And I was delivering pizzas in a very rural area. This is post 9/11. So gas prices are steadily rising towards $3. And I'm driving a minivan.
Oh, Guzzler.
Yeah, and this is also the crowd I'm delivering to. One that sticks out to me is a lady lived out in the sticks. I literally drove 8 miles to her house, so a 16-mile round trip, and she tipped 20 cents. And was very proud of herself for doing so.
20 cents.
She made a point to tell me, I wouldn't normally tip this amount.
She would tip less?
Yeah, than 20 cents.
Oh.
So some nights are good and some nights are bad. I'll fully admit that some nights on tips you do great. Other nights you don't, and they're supposed to, comp you back up to minimum wage.
They're supposed to.
They're supposed to, yes. I'm definitely getting paid cash under the table. This is not getting reported to any offices. They're just I have my wad of cash at the end of the night, and that's it.
Right.
So, I go into work one day, the gas prices are going up, and I think it was the week before it actually cost me money to be at work.
Oof.
Yeah, not by a lot, but by a couple of bucks. After I put the gas back into my tank at the end of the night, I was down money.
Oh.
Yes, not great.
Yeah, that's not great at all.
So the next week, there's talk about they're passing through, a very minimal increase into minimum wage.
But an increase?
An increase. It was 5 cents. Minimum wage is going up 5 cents or something. And I was talking about, man, that might help me out, because some nights I'm not doing so hot. And the owner happened to be there, and it's you're not getting an increase.
Why not?
I'm what do you mean? It's well, you're a tipped worker. They're not going to be part of the increase. I'm just I've been working on and off for you for 6 years now. You don't think, for all I do around here, it's not worth the additional 5 cents?
Yeah,
you know how I'm struggling. It's just well, I don't have to. And at that point, I broke, and I was just well, I don't have to deliver your fucking pizzas. Have fun. And I took off my apron, and I threw it on the ground, and I left.
Oh.
It gets more awkward, too.
Yeah.
Because I had also gotten my best friend a job at that pizza place.
Right.
So it's a Friday night. It's a busy night. I'm his only driver at this point. And basically on my way out, because I didn't expect him, it wasn't his hill to die on, so on the way out I go, I'll pick you up after work.
So I'll be back, but not to work.
And which also worked out for me, because he has told me stories throughout the year of how angry this boss was. How it, like how I was this lazy, contemptuous, and it's just like, how do you like delivering your own pizzas for 20 cents? Like, go fuck yourself. Like, so yeah.
And you didn't get fired. You left.
I didn't get fired. I left. I left dramatically over a hypothetical 5 cents an hour because, like, at the very least, I should walk out of the job with a little more than I walked in with. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a minimum.
And this is why we say unionize.
Yeah, very, at this point, I'm pretty much socialist. Just unions and...
Yeah.
Yeah. And the minimum wage still isn't enough. I think the minimum wage is like $1 more than it was when I was working there, and that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, everything else went up and minimum wage did not.
Yeah. Still a fight to fight. Yep. So, this is why our local pizza guys love us, because I tip extremely well, and we're like a mile down the street.
We sometimes give them berries, too.
Yep.
Because why not?
They comment on our blackberry bush, and I'm like, do you want some? Because I cannot give away enough blackberries when that thing is going.
Yeah. Try to stake over the house.
Yeah. So, rock on. Tip your pizza workers, and we'll tip everyone. Everyone who's working, tip them. And advocate for more workers' rights, or things are gonna burn.
And that's a tip from Team Manticore.
In Minecraft. Okay.